Step, I don't guilt trip. I be schooling kids, no field trips. And I'ma keep going until they hit the kill switch. I wasn't looking for a radio hit. I was looking for Yai-Quab in the paleo script. We be riding on the beat like a metro pass. And now it's time for the true Jews to check your ass. We be frontlining on the block. I'll die for this truth and I'll die for my ox sisters wearing hair wraps, but they died.
Foremost, we're going to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, and we do so by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua, through the world enemy called Jesus Christ, right? We are the Hebrew Israelites. We come out here week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom and the upliftment of the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American, who are the biblical Israelites, right? Give me 2 Corinthians 10 and 5, Bubba Show.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 10 and verse 5. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of Yahweh, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Mashiach Yahushua.
And that's what we are here to do. We are here to wake our people up and to cast down these imaginations that try to exalt themselves up against the Most High, right? These false doctrines that these Christian pastors, that these white people have pushed on us and indoctrinated us in when we were in slavery. When the conquistadors came over here, they didn't come over in this rape, robbery, and murder. They brought the white Jesus along with them, right? Give me Jeremiah 28 and 8. Give me Matthew 7 and 12, or so like 7 and 1 in the NLT though. And we have to understand, we've been taught certain things that when you actually get into this Bible, they're not in there, right? You go to church and they tell you come as you are, you can't judge. But we have a system that's set up on how we're supposed to judge things, right? How we're supposed to look at things. How things are actually supposed to be in earth. There's things you can do and there's things you can't do, right? And we're in the Christian church to tell you, come as you are, do as you want to do, as long as I get my 10%, right? As long as you pray over the food, you can eat it, right? As long as you come and worship on Sunday, you give the pastor his money, and you say, I'm sorry, after you continually sin. But then the Bible tells us after you willingly sin, there's no more sacrifice for you, right? Give me Jeremiah 28 and 8.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence.
And that's what we come out here to do. We come out here to do the righteous acts that our forefathers did, right? We coming out and we dispelling everything. We going up against this wicked kingdom known as Babylon in the Bible, right? And we also going up against these strongholds that have our people in these strong illusions, right? We believe in a vain thing. Bring that on Matthew 7, Bubba Show. 7 and 1.
Do not judge others, and you will not be judged, for you will be treated as you treat others.
And that's what they stop right there. As soon as you want to tell a Christian, hey brother, you can't eat pork. Oh, you can't judge me. You can't judge me. No, we can judge, but it's a way of how judgment is supposed to be carried out. I can't judge you for doing something if I'm doing that same thing. Right? Go ahead.
The standard you use in judging is the standard by which you will be judged. Right.
In that law, and in the law, it says if you bear, in the law of bearing false witness, if you bear false witness on somebody, you get that same judgment that they would have got. So if I accuse somebody of stealing and he didn't steal anything, now I have to pay that extra percentage of what I'm saying he took, right? If I'm saying somebody's a homosexual and he's not, I get put to death. If I say a woman, even that, calling our sisters hoes, if we unknowingly doesn't know that she's like that and we say that, you get put to death, right? So you can't just be out here slick with the mouth, right? But we have that system that's set up to say, I know what's right according to the first 5 books of the Bible, the law, statutes, and commandments, right? To where now that's our measuring stick. That's our moral compass. That's how we judge things, right? Give me Sirach 14 and 5, Bubba Dushar. Give me Sirach 14 and 5. We have to understand, just saying I can't judge, but you're saved, right? And you believe in God, but you don't do nothing that God says, right? And you basically just want to be able to walk around and do what you want to do, but that's not how God operates, right? There's order, right? Let everything be done decently in order. Bring it out.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 14 and verse 5. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods.
If you're evil to yourself, how can you be good, right? And what I didn't get to finish out in the Matthew, Salakia, is when you judge, right, you take that beam out yourself. You correct your self-worth before you judge. Now, if I'm not being evil to myself, I can tell a brother to not smoke cigarettes, right? And I can just tell you why, because it's an evil thing that you're doing to yourself. You're taking 11 seconds off of your life with every puff. You know what I'm saying? Don't eat pork. Why? Because the Most High God said so. Then we can go into the science and break it down to you with the high blood pressure, the gout, and all these other things that come along with eating that disgusting animal, right? So we have to understand that judging something isn't wrong. It's actually biblical, right? Give me John 7:24, Brother Bishop.
This is the book of John, chapter 7, verse 24. Judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment.
We can't judge according to the appearance. We can't have that respect the person when we judge. I can't say, oh, this is my homeboy, so I'm going to let him get away with eating pork. You know what I'm saying? And we can't look at something and just automatically say, hey, this is that. We have to inquire about things. You know what I'm saying? Even in our law, we have to bring you up on charges. You know what I'm saying? Even Babylon got that kind of right, even though they really don't practice it. Innocent until proven guilty. Here, you're guilty before proven innocent.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Bring that out up. I ain't got no time for this all today.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 37 and verse 30. The mouth of the righteous speaketh wisdom, and his tongue talketh of judgment.
Right? His tongue talks of judgment, right? Read that again out.
The mouth of the righteous speaketh wisdom.
You know you're righteous by doing what? Keeping the law. That's that wisdom. It speaks of that wisdom. Go ahead.
And his tongue talketh of judgment.
His tongue talketh of judgment. Again, where's the judgment found for these laws? In the law. You have the laws, then you have the punishment for breaking them. You have the law, statutes, and commandments, then you have the punishment that comes along with those. You can't just judge something, you know what I'm saying, unrighteously, right? You have to, and a wise person is going to do what? He's going to meditate in the law, day and night, right? But then where there's, Salaki, bring that up.
This is the book of Malachi, chapter 2, verse 7. Verse 7. For the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the law at his mouth.
You should do what?
And they should seek the law at his mouth.
And you seek the law at the priest's mouth, right? When we go to the church now, they're telling you, huh? Oh, God. And we go to the Christian church now, and they're telling you, come as you are. That's not wisdom. You know what I'm saying? That's not the law, right? So, go ahead.
For he is the messenger of the Lord of hosts.
Because he's supposed to be that messenger to the from the Most High to his congregation, right? Just like the brothers come out here, we be the messengers to the children of Israel, right? You got that Sirach 5 and 15? No.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 5 and verse 15. Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or small.
One more time, right?
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 5 and verse 15. Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or a small.
You don't want to be ignorant. You don't want to be unlearned in any matter, anything great, anything small. You want to be occupied in that wisdom, right? You want to be occupied in the law, so when you have situations that come up, you know how to righteously judge them, right? What did Christ say? As I hear, I judge, right? Give me that 1 Corinthians.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 30. For this cause many are weak and sickly among you, and many sleep. Verse 31. For if we would judge ourselves, we should not be judged.
If we would judge ourselves, we would not be judged. Because in anybody's mind, you can't tell me what's wrong. I'm going to do what I want to do. And that's the spirit we see on Israel right now. They don't want correction. They don't want that strong rebuke. They don't want the reproof, right? They don't, like the brother was talking about earlier, I repent. Well, what did you repent from? How do you repent? You want to say that you're doing something. You want to say that you believe in God, but you're not doing anything that comes along with it. Then you don't want the judgment of somebody correcting you about it, because what? In your mind, you're going to do what you want to do. In your mind, your ways is right. You know what I'm saying? But the book of Proverbs says the man's his heart is deceitful above all things. Right? Give me Exodus 18 to 21. Mother Bishop. What's going on, Moab? No, I ain't even gonna deal with him. He been drinking.
It's Moab, right?
Yeah, he been drinking. I ain't about to deal with him.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 18 and verse 21. Moreover, thou shalt provide out of all the people able men, such as fear Yahweh, men of truth, hating covetousness, and place such over them to be rulers of thousands, and rulers of hundreds, rulers of 50s, and rulers of 10s.
Start back at the top. So we have to understand what for you to even be able to be put into a judgment seat, you have to first fear the Most High God, right? You have to first fear the Most High God, and fearing the Most High God is keeping His commandments. So where now we know that you're coming with that right measuring stick, right? And it's crazy because you go to Babylon court system, they'll pull a Bible out and have you square on it, but then they're not gonna judge you based off of how you're supposed to judge you according to the law, statutes, and commandments. They're going to do what you see to, right? Let me read that again out.
21 from the top. Moreover, thou shalt provide out of all the people able men, such as fear Yahweh, men of truth, hating covetousness, and place such over them to be rulers of thousands.
And that's it right there. Not covetousness, not respecters of person. You know what I'm saying? The ones that fear the Most High God and they deal in truth. Like Psalms 30 and 37 and 30 is talking about. He sits in that wisdom. He speaks of judgment. You know what I'm saying? He's not ignorant of any small matter. So he rightfully knows how to judge things, right? Give me Deuteronomy 1 and 15.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1, verse 15. So I took the chief of your tribes, wise men, and known, and made them heads over you, captains over thousands, and captains over hundreds, and captains over 50s, and captains over 10s, and officers among your tribes.
And that's the thing right there that a lot of Israel hates. Somebody holding you accountable for something. You know what I'm saying? Only God can judge me. That's what we want to deal with, right? That's what people in the world want to deal with. They want to deal with the Most High judging them, right? But your brother judging you, he's going to be more lenient than the Most High will. You know what I'm saying? Because the brother just correcting you and getting on you and screaming on you, the Most High just puts you to death. He's not going to talk to you too much. You know what I'm saying? But that love that your brother had for you, that open rebuke, you know what I'm saying? That's really that love that we are giving to our people. But they don't want to have that correction because don't nobody want to do nothing. Can't nobody tell me nothing. But that's been Israel's problem since we came out of Egypt. Murmuring, not wanting to listen, not wanting to have people give you correction, not wanting to have people literally guide you. You know what I'm saying? Give me that in Sirach.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 37 and verse 12. But be continually with godly men, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of Yahweh, whose mind is according to thy mind, and will sorrow with thee, if thou shalt miscarry.
You got to be with like-minded brothers, man, that you know to fear the Most High God. What's going on, brother? What's going on? Come holler at me real quick. What's up? What's going on with you? What's your nationality on your father's side?
My father is African American, Navajo.
Navajo?
Yeah.
What's his father?
Hell, I don't even know the man.
Okay, so either way, with the information you provided, you would be either from the tribe of Judah or one of the either Reuben or Gad, I want to say, right? So what we up here doing, have you heard of the Israelites before?
I've heard of them.
You heard of them? What you heard?
Israelites, Moses took them out of Egypt, the biblical story, part in the Red Sea.
Have you ever heard that you were an Israelite?
The who?
Have you ever heard that you were an Israelite before?
From Kendrick.
Huh?
From Kendrick Lamar.
See, hey, all praise. You know what I'm saying? It's getting spread out on a large scale now. You know what I'm saying? Even with him pushing that in his music, right? But what we out here doing, we basically telling the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans that we are these people from that book. You know what I'm saying? And we descend from one of these 12 tribes, right? Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 45.
What Bible are you guys preaching?
We got the KJV, but we deal with, you know what I'm saying, different translations. You know what I'm saying? Mainly we go out the KJV, 1611, and this red book right here is just the apocryphal with other books that they tried to take, or that they took out. No, give me that Deuteronomy 28.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto thy voice of Yahweh, thy power.
So basically what this is talking about, the Israelites, right, that were given the law, statutes, and commandments, right? And the contract was, if you break any of these, or if you break these laws, these curses are going to come upon you, right? And they'll be upon your children, on you and your children for forever, right? As a sign and a wonder so people will know who the Israelites are based off of these curses, right? Keep going.
46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
Go down to 55. Now I'm gonna give you a couple curses, right? Because when Kendrick Lamar put in the song, "Well, I'm an Israelite, don't call me black no more," right? Then even on that song, he was talking about a lot of stuff that he went through in his short time of life, right? And we can sit here and go back and forth. A lot of us have the same upbringing, right? A lot of us go through a lot of the same things daily, and we all sit back and wonder why. You know what I'm saying? Why is so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Americans always in the lowest state? You know what I'm saying? Why are we always the last hired but the first fired? Why are we the ones that got this generational curse we're trying to break? You know what I'm saying? Read that up.
So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother. And
so this is one of the curses, this is one of the curses that our eye would be evil towards our brothers, right?
That's right.
So who has that problem amongst all the people in the world? Just having an issue with just mean mugging each other. You know what I'm saying? You walking down the street, a brother you don't know from nowhere, this man dog you for no reason. You know what I'm saying? You accidentally bump into him, now it's war. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I'll start from the top. From the top. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
What people is plagued with single parent households? You know what I'm saying? Well, either the mom left, now the moms is leaving evil now. And that's something that's even hasn't been seen. Now we're young, the mom don't even want to deal with you no more. But the curse is that he's going to be evil towards his woman, and he's going to be so evil towards her where he's going to leave her and the kids. Who deals with that in life? You see what I'm saying? Good. Come to 64, bumping short. And we have to understand that these curses were put on the Israelites, right? And we go here because we can look in all of these curses, you can just start picking them and they start applying to you, people you know what I'm saying, your family, right? So if all of these curses are applying to a certain group of people here in America, right, and the curses said they would be on the Israelites forever for a sign and a wonder, what would that make the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Americans? The Israelites. It would make us the Israelites. Just off of those couple of verses I just read to you, and off of Deuteronomy 28 alone, there's no other people that fit these curses. Give me 68, we're going to get straight to the point.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
You just said, you know about the Israelites by Moses bringing them out of Egypt, right? This is the curse for breaking the law that we would go back into Egypt with ships. How did we come out of Egypt the first time?
Great Exodus.
Right, but how did we leave on a ship or did we walk out?
Just walk down.
We walked out, so we don't need a ship to go back. This is talking about us going into bondage, right? Give me that Leviticus 20. Yeah, Exodus.
This is Exodus chapter 20, verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
So Egypt is synonymous with bondage. When we were in Egypt, like you said, we were in slavery, right? So this is, read Deuteronomy 28.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
He's going to bring us, for breaking the law, statutes, and commandments, he's going to bring us into bondage again with ships. How did black people get here?
Ships.
How did the so-called Latino tribe get to Spain? Puerto Rico, all on ships. And it's saying the only difference with us in the Northern Kingdom is where the boat dropped us off at, right? proving again that we're all the same people. And go ahead.
By the way thereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be, and there thou shalt be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
When we got off of that ship, what happened? Who were we sold to? We got on that ship and got here, and we got off and we were sold to a group of people. Who were we sold to?
Caucasians, Europeans.
Caucasians. All right. So the Most High bringing us here on ships, being sold to our enemies, and we were sold to who? Europeans, and now we make them what? Read that last part again.
Thou shalt be sold unto your enemies.
Who we sold to?
Europeans.
And the Europeans are?
Our enemies.
Our enemies. All praise. And this thing, bro, because we have to understand, we broke the law, statutes, and commandments, and the Most High put the bases of people above us for breaking his law, statutes, and commandments, right? Give me that, he'll send a nation from far. You got a precept? Okay, give me Jeremiah 17:4.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 50. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of old, no show of favor to the young. From the top, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young.
Look at that picture right there, bro. When those so-called white people came over here, before we even got put on the ship to come here, the Trail of Tears, they cutting babies out of stomachs over here with the Northern Kingdom tribes, right? Then when we get here, we get this, we get that lynching, right? The slave ships, we get our babies getting fed to alligators, right? They're not going to care about young or old. So when it comes down to these so-called white people, these devils, we don't have no love, respect for them. Because they didn't show us no love or respect, bro. They didn't show us no kindness to the young, to the old. That's a child in a cotton field, bro. You know what I'm saying? And his dad probably somewhere mad because Master then came out and grabbed his wife and took her to the shed. You know what I'm saying? These is babies being fed to alligators. This ain't a fairy tale thing that we just up here just mad for no reason. You know what I'm saying? And it's the thing of understanding who these people are and understanding what we need to do to get back in our rightful seat on high above all of these people. Bring Sirach 12 and 10 up.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
So it's sure that iron's going to rust. And it's sure as the so-called white man is, his wickedness is going to show at some point. I don't care how cool he is with you, he give you a promotion at your job, he want to go drink and play and watch the game with you. A sister went to a sleepover with some so-called white people. She ain't make it home from that sleepover. Still don't know what happened to her.
Right.
And nobody's been charged for her death.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we have to understand who these people are. Give me Sirach 13 and 6. Then we understand who they are, and we understand all the atrocities that we've been through as a people. We have to understand who we are, and we have to have that love for one another. Because everybody else is against us. Give me 1 Maccabees 2 and 10.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 13, verse 6. If he have need of thee, he will deceive thee, and smile upon thee, and put thee in hope. He will speak thee fair, and say, what wantest thou?
Come on, 6 and 13. Come on, 6 and 13. No, sure. Yeah, that one.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 6, verse 13. Separate thyself from thine enemies, and take heed of thy friends. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 6, verse 13. Separate thyself from thine enemies, and take heed of thy friends.
We have to separate from all of these other nations, right, and take heed of our friends. Take heed of our kindred, of our own people. So all these people you see on this sign, these are our brothers, our sisters, our mothers, our uncles. These are the only people that we care about. Go back to 13. And we have to understand that we have to have that love for each other, right? We've been through all of this stuff. Us trying to cleave under everybody else, trying to find that false sense of hope, that false sense of I made it because I moved into the suburbs with white people. That's not it, bro. If we gonna have the money to move out the suburbs, we need to move back and uplift our people. That's what we do. We come out here and we literally just uplift, right? And of course, with uplifting of people that's been misled, that's been conquered, that's been raped, robbed, and murdered for over 500 years, it comes some hardships with it. Because it's a way that seems right to a man, right? You know what I'm saying? It's Proverbs 14. It's a way that seems right to a man. But when we come out, we understand everything that we think is right is really wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's really wrong. Leviticus 11. We're going to give you some laws real quick. Give me Sirach 13 and 6. Give it 4. Come.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 13, verse 4. If thou be for his profit, he will use thee. But if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee.
All right, and this is the song about people, right? If you're for a profit, he's going to use you. If he could make money off of it, look, we built America, bro. We built the White House. We built this country up. Then they turn around and tell you niggas is lazy. How? Because we don't want to work for free no more? Because you got to cut a nigga a check? Right? But then even when you cutting the check, what you doing? You taxing us. You taking money out. You know what I'm saying? You're still not dealing with us fairly. Right? But you want to tell us, forget about it. September coming, they about to do all this shit about to be lit up and red, white, and blue for them buildings. Y'all climb over buildings. You giving people life sentences for killing a police dog.
Bring it out, man.
You know what I'm saying? But you got people out here literally just telling you to leave us alone and let us do us. But y'all can't even do that. Jeremiah 50. You know what I'm saying? They can't even, to the simple fact, they can't even, because if they let us go, they know we're going to prosper.
Right.
We're God's chosen people. Anything, like ours, we got that Midas touch. Anything we touch turn to gold. You know what I'm saying? And it's just in us to do that. But they know they have to keep us down in a low state. You know what I'm saying? They have to keep us from breaking these laws either knowingly or unknowingly, because they do a lot of underhanded stuff. You know what I'm saying? To keep us in this down state. Give me Judith 5 and 20. Give me Judith 5 and 20. No, you stay where you at. Give me Judith 5 and 20. What you have? Come, yeah.
There is a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death.
The ways are death. The way, yeah, I feel it out. But the ways that we think is cool, I'm gonna go sleep with the next man's woman. That's death right there. But one, because the Most High God told you to. But if that's his woman, he really care about her, bro. You know what I'm saying? He really cares. So he might do something to you behind that woman. You know what I'm saying? Eating these abominable foods, right? We can't deal with swine. The Most High God told you not to eat it. But even then, when you look at all the health things that come with it, the high blood pressure, the gout, and all of this stuff, why would you want to eat it? Even when you look at a pig and go into what it eats, why would you want to eat that? If it doesn't eat clean, why are you eating it? You know what I'm saying? You're eating a double plate of shit. You know what I'm saying? It's Salakia for my language, but a double plate of shit. Even when you deal with shrimp, crab, and lobster, they're all bottom feeders. But what Esau does, what the so-called white man does, because he's against everything that's God, he takes the opposite and put it on high. It's a delicacy to eat that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? To them, they made it a delicacy. Where to us, we deal beef, chicken, lamb, you know what I'm saying? Nah, Isaiah 8:20, go to the show. Nah, do the 5 and 20.
Okay, you got it.
Come on.
This is the book of Judah, chapter 5, verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
That would be our ruin. If there's error in us, it's because we sin. If we sin against the Most High God, that's our ruin. And they understand that. These so-called white people, all these other nations, these devils, what they really are, you know what I'm saying? The so-called white man being that chief devil, they understand if we continually, let's put pork in their toothpaste. let's put pork on their styrofoam cups. You know what I'm saying? Things that they don't really look into, because even if we're not eating it, you're not going and buying the bacon, you're not buying the ham, but now you got to check your toothpaste. You might be brushing your teeth with pork. You know what I'm saying? You got to check what type of styrofoam cups you get, because they spray it with pork. You know what I'm saying? So it's that crafty counsel that these people have taken. They know that us breaking our laws, that's the error of our God. That's what gets the Most High God. That's what gets us away from the Most High God, is when we begin to break His commandments. All right? There's more on that.
Let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
All praises, bro. You got a flyer, bro? You got a flyer?
Flyer?
Yeah. You got a flyer?
Do I got a flyer?
Yeah. Did they give you a flyer?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Looking
All
at that
praises.
information.
Absolutely.
All praises.
Let's show y'all.
Shalom, King. Shalom. You know what I'm saying? And that's all we are here to do, just that correction, right? And again, that righteous judgment that brothers want to get away from. They don't know about it. And that's through the Spirit. The brother came up humbly and just listened. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people walking up and down, laughing, scoffing, don't want to get the correction. Y'all gonna eat a missile. Like, it's not the time to be playing. We in the fourth quarter and inches with a couple seconds left on the clock. It's not the time to be playing with the Most High God. You talking about the Most High God that flooded this earth once already.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that second flood that's coming, it's coming with fire. You know what I'm saying? It's coming with thermonuclear missiles. You know what I'm saying? And if you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American, and you don't get on the right-hand side of the Most High God, you're going to eat one of them missiles, man.
That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying? And everybody else, y'all, I suggest y'all just hold on tight. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. You try to hold on to the skirt of him that is a Jew. You know what I'm saying? What you have? What you holding up? Tom. What you got? First Maccabees 10:10. Hold up. Come on.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire.
You see them 10 horns, they talking a lot of big talk on the news right now. Pooh Shiesty and them, you know what I'm saying? The president of Iran been talking spicy. You know what I'm saying? These other horns, they're not playing with Babylon, man. You know what I'm saying? They're tired of, like the brother was bringing out earlier, they're tired of Esau just spreading itself all over the place and everybody else's business, right? Good.
For Yahweh hath put it in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the word of Yahweh shall be fulfilled.
And everything does the will of the Most High God. If you think he's doing something on your own, you're not. Even these other heathen nations, the Most High God is using them how he wants to. Give me that in Daniel. He rules in the kingdom of men. You know what I'm saying? Because we have to understand that this place is finished. And if you were a so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American man, this place has never been nothing good for you, to you, or about you, man. Give me 1 Maccabees 2:10.
This is the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 2, verse 10. What nation have not had part in her kingdom, and gotten of her spoils?
What nation? What nation has not raped, robbed, and murdered the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American? What nation has not had a hand in keeping that crafty counsel? You know what I'm saying? Everybody's name is there. You're listed. You know what I'm saying? Your name isn't on the covenants, but your name is on that list on who's coming up against the children of the Most High God. You know what I'm saying? And you're guilty, and there's no innocence, there's no trial, no skip nothing. You go straight into slavery, go straight into death and destruction to the so-called white man. You know what I'm saying? You got that? It's Daniel 9:11. Salakia. What you was holding? Come. Well, no, you ain't gotta get that. Give me come on, Salakia. What you holding? Oh no, that's cool. That's cool. Give me Proverbs 3 and 5 off the show.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding.
And that's what we got to do, especially in these last times, in these last days. We got to trust in the Most High God and lean not on our own heart. You know what I'm saying? Not on these so-called white people. You know what I'm saying? Not only on these devils that's walking up and down the street. You know what I'm saying? Thinking that they have something good for us. Thinking that they have, you know what I'm saying, joining unto them is going to be anything beneficial to the so-called black man, to the so-called Native and Latino man. There's nothing, the proof is in the pudding, the proof is in the history. Y'all have done nothing but rape, rob, and murder, lied and deceit. You know what I'm saying, to the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American man.
Right.
So we have to put our trust in the Most High God. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only one that's going to come and save us by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? Give me Hosea 4 and 6. Brother Bashar. And somebody else give me Zechariah 7 and 9. John.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I also shall reject thee.
And if you don't want the Most High God to reject you, you got to come get this knowledge, these laws, statutes, and commandments, right? Like we showed the brother. In Deuteronomy 28:68, we were sold unto our enemies, right? And everybody knows when the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Americans went into slavery, who did it and who we sold to, right? So we have to understand that these people are our enemies. Why? Because they bombed first. You know what I'm saying? They committed anything from another race to another race is an act of war. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Reuben and them. They've been actively at war with America since they got over here, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out, you know what I'm saying, Levi. You know what I'm saying? They went down on the French. You know what I'm saying? But now in these last days, it's for all 12 to come back together, come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments, come back to that brotherly love for each other, come back to the Most High God, you know what I'm saying, and your King and the Mashiach Yahushua, and understand that it's a war brewing, it's a war coming, and holding hand with these so-called white people, these devils, is going to do nothing for you but get you thrusted through, man.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
But getting a missile at your front door. You know what I'm saying? What you had, that, Zechariah?
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 7, verse 9. Thus speaketh the Lord of hosts, saying, execute true judgment, and shew mercy and compassion every man to his brother.
We got to have that compassion one to another, the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American man. And we have to expound our righteous judgment of Esau getting his slavery, then getting put to death. Give me that in 1 Thessalonians 6. 6 and 6. 1 and 6. Con. It's crazy because we just read it.
2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with God to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
It's a righteous thing. It's going to be a righteous thing for all of these people that put us into slavery, for them to be put in that same slavery, right? And all of the rape, robbery, and murder that Esau has done in the earth to the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American man, it's a righteous thing for the Most High just to exterminate him off of the face of the earth, period. You know what I'm saying? He don't get to walk around on the earth no more. After he build up our kingdom, you know what I'm saying? Give my brother a couple linen garments, you know what I'm saying? Give me a couple cotton fields, do a nice couple, you know what I'm saying, years of work. Then he gotta go. We don't even want to see you no more, man.
That's right.
We don't even want to see you. We don't want to smell you. We don't want you out here trying to sleep with our animals. You know what I mean? We don't want you out here doing nothing, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We don't want you out here doing nothing because you're the cancer of the earth. Anything we touch turns to gold. Anything you touch goes into slavery. It gets killed. It gets raped. You do some type of abominable thing to it, right?
Bring it out.
Just like the profane people that you are. You know what I'm saying? Give me that in Hebrews, Brother Bashar. Give me that in Hebrews 12.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 12 and verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. For ye know that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected. For he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears.
Esau is going to be rejected, man. He has no place of repentance for the rape, robbery, and murder he did to the Most High God's people, man. You know what I'm saying? Give me that in Acts 5 and 29, Brother Bashar.
This is the book of Acts chapter 5 and verse 29. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than men.
No, we are about to obey God rather than men. And God says it's a righteous thing to pay back all of these people that they, for what they did to the children of God, man. We got to get it from the top on the shot.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 5 and verse 29. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than men. The God of our fathers raised up Yahushua, whom you slew and hanged on a tree. Him have God exalted at his right hand to be a prince and a savior, for to give repentance to Israel and forgiveness of sins.
Who the world inwardly called Jesus Christ, the Mashiach Yahushua. He died for the children of Israel and none else, right? And he came to give us repentance, right? He came for the children of Israel to have that grace to be able to turn back and come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments, right? Upon his grace of him shedding his blood, right? Give me John 5 and 30 on the show. This is for Israel and none else. You got John? John.
This is the book of John, chapter 5, verse 30. I can of my own self do nothing. As I hear, I judge. And my judgment is just, because I seek not mine own will, but the will of the Father which hath sent me.
We are here trying to be like Christ, right? We are walking as Christ walked, right? Christ was that perfect example. So we seeing that it's not about what we want in this place. Up to the Most High God, it's not about what we want. Even if we wanted to say, hey, Mr. White Man, come get along with us, we forgive you for what you did, the Most High God said y'all already got to go for what y'all did.
Bring it
You know
out.
what I'm saying? The Most High God's word don't go out void. So if he spoke it, it's going to happen. So the best, like we said, the best y'all can do is just hold on tight, you know what I'm saying? And hey, if you feeling generous, you know what I'm saying, come kiss a boot or two. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Come
That's
kiss a boot
right.
or two, you know what I'm saying? Pay a brother bill or two. You know what I'm saying? Show me that you really sorry. You know what I'm saying? Because if you telling me you sorry, you gotta show me you sorry.
That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying? If Esau wants that repentance, you gotta make some stuff right. You gotta turn back what you did, right? But we know the pride of Esau, he's not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? That's why he has no place of repentance, man. He got too much blood on his hand, and it just so happened you touched the wrong people, man. Give me Sirach, you got that Sirach?
11 and verse 8.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 11 and verse 8. Answer not before thou hast heard the cause, neither interrupt men in the midst of their talk.
And hear before you judge the matter, right? We heard, you know what I'm saying? We looked, we researched, you know what I'm saying? Powerful brother, Captain Tazamar, he's been looking for that one righteous white man. That one good white man still hasn't found him. He's been looking for years, still hasn't found him. You know what I'm saying? So we're literally examining the whole matter, right? We're examining everything. And now we're speaking and showing y'all, hey, this is what y'all did and this is y'all judgment for doing it, right? And that's righteous because because y'all did something that requires blood. So now y'all shed blood. Now your blood must be shed for the people that blood you shed, right? You know what I'm saying? Give me Psalm 119 and 142, both for sure.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth.
Now law is the truth. Now law is that measuring stick on where we measure things, where we get our judgments from, right? So when we look to it, you know what I'm saying, that's how we learn how to deal with our brothers. That's how we learn how to get that righteous love back for our people. Going back to the law and seeing how we're supposed to treat each other, right? Then we go to that law again and seeing who our enemies are and how we're supposed to treat them and how we're supposed to deal with them on a certain level, right? Or deal with them not at all, right? Give me that.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 2. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated.
You gotta come grab this book. Go grab the book that's been on your mama's dresser with the dust on it. Knock it off. Grab it and hold fast to it, man. Because this is your wisdom. You know what I'm saying? This is that light. This is what makes you shine amongst all of these other people, man. This is what makes you special. This is what makes you the children of the Most High God. Make you the children of the light and not of darkness, right? These laws, statutes, and commandments, this wisdom, right? How special is it of people to have God so close to them? You understand? All of these other people, like the powerful brother brought out earlier in the book of Tobit, the Canaanites can't get wisdom. Esau can't get wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Give me Sirach 24 and 1. Because wisdom was only given to a specific people. You know what I'm saying? And when the Most High God created wisdom, he created to land within a certain people, right?
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 24, and verse 1. Wisdom shall praise herself and shall glory in the midst of her people.
So wisdom has a people, right? We want to mark that right there. Boom. Wisdom has a people. Go ahead.
Verse 2. In the congregation of the Most High shall she open her mouth and triumph before his power.
And the Most High God is dealing with, that's the Most High God's, his law, statutes, and commandments, right? That's how the Most High God deals with people, right? Jump down to 7, I want to say. Con, what's up?
Verse 7. With all these I sought rest.
Context is still wisdom. Wisdom's going around seeing where it should dwell, right?
With all these I sought rest, and in whose inheritance shall I abide? Verse 8. So the Creator of all things gave me a commandment, and he that made me caused my tabernacle to rest. And he said, let thy dwelling be in Jacob.
And who?
Let thy dwelling be in Jacob.
And who?
In Jacob.
So wisdom's dwelling is in Jacob. The Most High God gave wisdom a commandment to dwell in Jacob. So you simple Jake, you have wisdom. You just have to pick up this book and literally tap into it. Literally go and search for, seek out the old path. You know what I'm saying? Go and we have to get on our elders too, because they failed us in a sense, because we really don't have people to go and show us anything good. Right. They show us how to roll up. You know what I'm saying? They tell you just go, hey, just go get as many women as you can. They don't tell you how to judge what's a good woman. You know what I'm saying? They don't tell you how you supposed to deal with your brother. It's over. If a nigga try me, I'ma handle it. But where does it start? What's a big matter and a small matter? Everything is, oh, if you look like me and you do something to me, I'm gonna punish you. You know what I'm saying? Jump to 24 and 23.
Verse 23. All these things are the book of the covenant of the Most High God, even the law which Moses commanded for an heritage unto the congregations of Jacob.
To the congregation of Jacob. That wisdom, that knowledge, that understanding, these laws, statutes, and commandments, it was commanded to dwell in Jacob. Right? When Moses came down from the mount after dealing with the Most High and gave the children of Israel, that's our wisdom. Right? And it said when Moses came down, his face shone. That's that light. Right? Give me that in Proverbs 6 and 23. Right? So we have to understand, us being the children of the light and not of darkness, that means we're the children of the law. You know what I'm saying? We're the children of wisdom. We're the children of the Most High God. Give me that in Isaiah 8 and 20.
Almost 6 and 23. Come on.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 6 and verse 23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction as they are the way of life.
And these are our way of life. This is where we get our judgment from. This is where we get our dietary law from. This is where we get this is what makes us move. You know what I'm saying? That light, it's that lamp to your feet. It teaches you how to maneuver throughout life. You so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, this is what we're lacking as a people. You know what I'm saying? It's not money, you know what I'm saying? Because niggas got money. You know what I'm saying? You got certain brothers that's doing well off. But you seeing these, oh, I got money, but I'm depressed. Well, why are you depressed? Because everybody, all your own people is trying to get over on you. Why? Because they don't have these laws, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? Your woman, you don't really trust your woman all like that. Because you don't know if it's because you got the money or does she really like you. Because we don't have these laws, statutes, and commandments. We don't know how to judge that righteous judgment. Sirach 6 tell you to prove a friend. You know what I'm saying? We don't know how to prove a friend. Oh, this nigga with the money so he can kick it. Oh, he the one that gets so he can kick it. Oh, this the white boy, he can come to the cookout because he can dance.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Esau get a little bit of rhythm, now you get it to come. And we see where that gets us, Dylan Roof. Oh, he's innocent, he's the one, he can come sit in the church. Then you get a whole church massacre. Because you don't know not to trust your enemy. Right. Because you don't know that his soul's not upright in him. You don't know that as sure as iron rusted, his wickedness at some teeth is going to show. This the old saying, does the dog bite? Does it have teeth? Right. You know what I'm saying? And, hey, Esau's the dog. Like, right. Esau's the dog. So if a dog has teeth, guess what? It's going to bite. And Esau's the dog of the nation, so he's going to bite. That's right. You know what I'm saying? And like Sirach says again, we can't pity you when, you know what I'm saying, a snake charmer that's bitten with the serpent. You know these people have shown you nothing but wickedness, but you still want to see something good in them. It's past Stockholm at this point. Where you got brothers on the street corner showing you nothing but pure, unadulterated love, and you want to come up and talk about what about the white man? You know what I'm saying? What about the? Why is it never what about the Asian man? What about the East Indian man? It's always Esau, bro. Y'all want to cleave onto y'all oppressors so bad, thinking at some point he gonna have something for you. Whatever he had for you, he gave it to you. And what he gave you was rape, robbery, and murder, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he got more of it for you. And now he don't even gotta put you in a trick bag. He can, hey, buddy, come with me. Never gonna see you again, bro. Give me what I had you order? Come.
8 and 20.
So I get 8 and 20. Cause we have to understand what that light is, man. And what does the light do? It helps you see in darkness. And what is this place? Give me Job 10 and 22. The light helps you see in darkness, man. And all praise to the Most High God that we have this light. You know what I'm saying? That He gave us these instructions on how to govern ourselves and how to move around this wicked place, man. Give me that.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 8, verse 20. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them.
If they're not speaking according to, hey, don't just be walking. That's assault, bro. You just walking up and putting your hands on people. That's the caucasity and the pride of the white man.
Right.
You thinking you can come up and just put your hands on people, bro.
Bring it out.
You know what I'm saying? That's the caucasity of these people, bro. And again, this is their kingdom. Where they think, oh, this is just mine. I can go put my hands on them if I want to. You know what I'm saying? If I feel like touching you, I'm going to touch you, and there's nothing you can do about it. That cursed cane that they got. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that finds them slam, hey, they're going to get judged. They're going to be put to death. Why? Because he walks around just puffed out in pride, and again, this is his kingdom. You still hold the 8 and 20? Huh.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 8, verse 20. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them.
So if they're not speaking according to the law, statutes, and commandments, they're not coming out of this book, there's no light in them. And that light, again, we just established is the law. So there's no law in them for them to even talk to you about anything if they're not coming out of this book. All right? Give me that. What I had you hold it. Job, come.
This is the book of Job, chapter 10 and verse 22. A land of darkness as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death without any order, and where the light is as darkness.
And this is what this place is. It's a land of darkness as darkness itself, and we have to let our light shine in this darkness. And even where there's supposed to be light in this place, even where you see their rulers and their presidents and their governors, even that is darkness. Because behind closed doors, they're doing a whole bunch of wickedness, man. You know what I'm saying? And they're in the UN, they're having this meeting on how are we going to get the Israelites today. That Psalms 82, that crafty counsel, that still goes on a daily basis. Because they have to, especially with now you're seeing more and more people coming into this truth. Like the brother said, most brothers came in off of YouTube. He came in from the Kendrick Lamar song. All praise. But now you seeing brothers pushing this truth a different way, and it's reaching our people and it mass them out. So like in a fast rate, right? To where now, Lord willing, they hold on to it, they grasp it. You know what I'm saying? Some of them, you know what I'm saying, they gonna listen to it, but hey, it's gonna get rocky. Why? Because they want to still love their oppressors. They still gonna want to eat the abominable foods. They're gonna feel like this place has something for them. You know what I'm saying? And it has nothing for nobody because it has a missile coming to it, man. You know what I'm saying? So get on the right-hand side of the Most High God, you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. Let me, what you rolling, huh?
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 11 and verse 28. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest.
And ain't nobody need more rest than the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American man, bro. You got brothers up here that work so many hours, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got brothers that work so many hours trying to find just a little bit of rest. You know what I'm saying? Like my brother said, on the way I had to pull over and take a nap. You know what I'm saying? These are the people that have no rest. But our rest is in the Mashiach Yahushua. Our rest is in the Most High God Yahweh, right? It's not in Babylon. It's not in the so-called white man. It's not in the Arab man, the Moab man. It's not in Islam. You know what I'm saying? Your rest is in these law, statutes, and commandments. The rest is in the Most High God. Your rest is in your King of Mashiach Yahushua. Right? And we need to get on our right hand side in a quickly manner, right? Brother David said, I made haste to keep the commandments, man.
That's
right?
right.
And you made haste to be on the pleasing side of the Most High God, right? You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that's your whole duty as a so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American man, right? Our whole duty as Israelites is to keep the law, statutes, and commandments and to have that fear of the Most High God. The same way you fear your parents, you have to have that and even more fear for the Most High God. Because he created you, he created your parents, you know what I'm saying? And he kills, he makes the law. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High God, he does all of these things, right? But this is the thing that us as Israelites, as so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, we have to understand as a whole. Give me Galatians 4:16, Barbara Shaw. We have to understand this as a whole, because the Most High God is your God and none else, right? The Most High God deals with you as sons. You know what I'm saying? He deals with you as sons, and these other nations are nothing but like a drop of this rain that's coming down, a drop out of a bucket, a filthy bucket at that. You know what I'm saying? Let me, Galatians 4:16, Barbara Shaw.
This is the book of Galatians, chapter 4, verse 16. Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth?
And now we going to become your enemy because we tell you the truth? Yes, all praises. Why? Because the truth is going to endure forever, right? These laws, statutes, and commandments are going to endure forever. The Most High God is going to endure forever. The nation of Israel is going to endure forever, right? And you have to understand who we are. You have to understand who you are and your God is, and these other people are nothing. And we have to understand that, yes, the truth hurts, but the truth also sets you free, right? The truth also sets you free. It gives you that sense of peace. Hey, even with all the tribulations we go through in this place, even having the knowledge of being an Israelite, bro, it's so much peace here. Rather than being in the world and you're stressing about everything. You having brothers that you can call and lean on. You having even that, you reading this book and you in the Most High God, putting the Holy Spirit on you to give you the sense of all of this stuff. It's calming to your mind because you're not tripping. Because you're knowing, hey, all of this stuff has to come to pass. All of this stuff has to happen. We broke the commandments, we had to go into slavery. Right? But the Most High God said too, I turned my face for just a little moment. I'm coming back to get y'all. Y'all was acting up, I had to punish you, but I'm coming back to get y'all. And the people that was punishing you, I'm about to put an end to them. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to give you everybody that had you. Give me that Isaiah 60. God. Give me that. We gonna end on that one, bro.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 60 and verse 14. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet, and they shall call thee the city of Yahweh, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel.
And that's what's going to happen, right? When you come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments, you do what's pleasing to the Most High God. You know what I'm saying? He's going to give these heathens to bow down at your feet, man. To come lick up the dust. And he's going to give you these heathens to build up your kingdom, man. And I don't know about y'all. I'll take some slaves.
Right.
I'm tired of going to work every day, bro. I'm tired of going 40 a week, doing 40 hours a week just to get a little, you know what I'm saying? Then you got to do the plus to even get what to really be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So, you telling me I keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God. He's going to come get me out of this bad condition that I'm in. He's going to make my enemies be at peace with me. Then, Most High willing, we be at that number. When he comes and put us back in the kingdom, then, that we get saved from that second death, then all Israel in the kingdom, you're going to give us, the people that had us in slavery and did all of this bad stuff, we're going to get the payback. You know what I'm saying? Like the brothers OTS, we're going to get it back in blood.
Right.
You feel me? We get this, hey, it's a righteous thing with the Most High God, man. Give me 1 John 3:1. So we have to understand that being a so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American man, the Most High God is nigh unto you. You know what I'm saying? He's your God and none else. And it's a beautiful thing for you to be called the children of the Most High God, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's a beautiful thing. Like we say, melanin popping. What's the other saying they used to say? Hey, being black kind of dangerous, but it sure is fun. We the salt of the earth, man. You know what I'm saying? We the salt of the earth. And I wouldn't have it no other way. All praise to the Most High God, I woke up in Israel, bro.
Right.
All praise to the Most High God, he didn't make me none of these other disgusting ass nations, man. You know what I'm saying? And that, hey, if you don't thank the Most High God for nothing else in your day, I wake up, damn, I'm still in Babylon. All praise is the arm of Israel. Hey, all praise the Most High. Hey, you allowed me to wake up. I'm still in Babylon, but hey, you could have took me out. You know what I'm saying? We have to understand that the Most High God is that type of God. If he wants you, he's going to get you. But we have to understand something also, being an Israelite.
This is the book of 1 John chapter 3 verse 1. Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of God.
The manner of love that the Most High God had on the children of Israel, man. For us to be called the sons of God. You know what I'm saying? For him to give us the soul. You know what I'm saying? For him to give us the law, statutes, and commandments. For him to put the Holy Spirit on us. You know what I'm saying? Huh?